Welcome back, everybody. We got ourselves Salesman BSJ here, ready to sell you the hot take for 7.30E. I have been having an absolute blast. And before I sell you my favorite hero of the patch so far, let me ask you a few questions. Do you like one-shotting creep waves? Do you like being able to farm all 3 creep waves? Because you move so fast, you can. Do you like moving at 1700 move speed eventually? Do you like having a shit ton of HP, status resistance? Top it all off, nobody on the enemy team ever feels safe to go anywhere by themselves. And if they do, like they will likely do in your lower MMR brackets, they will die.
A few moments later.
Apply a little bit of dominance, really important. Drink your milk, you're a cow. Okay.
Banana slam jam.
Now, if you haven't already guessed, because you have absolutely no idea what's going on in the game of Dota 2, and you're just saying, BSJ, please just tell me what to do. It's Spirit Breaker, guys. And I'm going to talk to you exactly about conceptualizing how to play Spirit Breaker and exactly what I've been doing this patch. And hopefully after this game, you'll be sold on just how fun this hero is. So first and foremost, in this specific game, I'm playing him as a 3, but I've tried him as a 2, I've tried him as a 1. Hell, I've tried him as a 5 and a 4. We're going to go to his about section, and we're going to show you that he has a really bad base attack time, which means he attacks really slow. And in the past, you used to be like, let's go bash, baby. Let's attack really fast and bash. But let's remember that his bash has a cooldown. So what that means is, instead of playing around attacking people to bash them like a Faceless Void or a Slardar, we're playing around the fact that your charge applies a bash, and your Nether Strike also applies a bash, and then your bash is based on your movement speed. If you're still with me, if you haven't left because my salesman voice is too annoying for you, what that means is you are all about utilizing your bash through your other skills. That means amping up your movement speed, making sure you stay alive, such that you can just spam, charge, bulldoze, ult people off cooldown. Okay, people? So let's go ahead and narrate this game. So in this current game, I'm playing off-lane Spirit Breaker. And even if I'm mid or safe lane, I'm pretty much going the same build. And the game plan as a support Spirit Breaker, as support you feed a lot more. Because when you're charging in, you have like, 5,000, 10,000 less net worth than you would as a core. So instead of charging in and resetting the fight, you're actually going to charge in and feed. But that's okay. I think he's the funnest as a core, personally. I've been seeing Quakefa playing him a lot. What they gave him this patch was a little bit of extra movement speed, a little bit of base strength, and a little bit of damage on his ulti. That helped his entire kit. He moves faster, which means more damage, and also more escapability. His ult does more damage, so his burst combo's better, and then the 1 base strength. I talked to Bruno at TI. If you didn't hear this already, 1 base strength adds 1% win rate on average to any hero in the Dota game. Why? How many times out of 100 games do you survive with less than 20 HP, people? Okay, that's at least once, and if you die 1 extra time a game, you're probably going to lose. So, if you're bearing with me, Spirit Breaker didn't get that big of buffs after TI. I know he was unpicked at TI, but he's the sleeper, funnest hero, and also good. That's the key. So in lane, you're kind of a piece of shit. Let's be honest. Level 1, you don't do anything. You take bash, and occasionally you can look to right-click to carry, but look at this defensive aggro. We're chilling. We tell our support, hey man, I'm a useless piece of garbage. I'm level 1. I don't do anything. So just defensive aggro, defensive aggro. If the opponent oversteps where you feel like you can attack them, great. But otherwise, defensive aggro, defensive aggro. I'm a useless piece of shit, defensive aggro. Do the same thing if you carry. Walked over there, skilled the fuck out of that silencer, got a bash. If I didn't get a bash there, he wouldn't have died. But since I got a bash, 17%, he's dead as fuck. That's the beauty of Spirit Breaker. Why? Because if you go for the hit and you don't get it, it's whatever. But if you 17% that guy, you know for a fact he's already tilted. And it's only 2 minutes into the game. So, one thing you can do in lane that's great is if you are getting contested for CS, you actually come online pretty strong at level 2. Okay? You see this? He's going for this CS. You say no. Fuck off. You charge right through that creep, and you do a lot of damage to the carry. It's a great harass tool. Boom, baby. Look at that damage. Get the CS, damage, apply a little bit of dominance, really important. Drink your milk, you're a cow. Okay, want the lane to be near your tower just like any other offlaner. You can look to help your support by saving them with charge like that. You're not really being aggressive for the most part. The silencer earlier overstepped his boundaries there. just like he did here. You can punish them with charge, you know, if they step too far forward. But that's the idea. So there's two ways you can build in lane, people. If they have a kill carry, something like an Ursa, a Slark, Marcy, most of the time like one of those scary melee dudes, okay? You go for the phase boots rush. You ignore what I'm doing right now, and you go for the phase boots rush. And that's just because if you're against those scary heroes, you're going to spend a lot less time in lane, and the go time for Spirit Breaker is the phase boots. It makes you do more damage. You need that precious armor because you're a strength hero, and you just move around really fast, right? That's why you do more damage, because you move really fast. We don't build around attacking people with the bash. We build around the fact that our bash does more damage as we move faster. But if you're against a hero like Spectre, I did the same thing, Terrorblade, heroes that kind of harass you, it's like trade with you but don't really kill you, I go for this 1 or 2 bracer build, because that means you're going to be laning a little bit longer. It means you want to be more of a tank. And I also consider if I have a tank on my team, okay? If I have a tanky mid like an Ember or something like that, I'm more inclined to just go phase boots because I want to be more active early and he's going to run in for me. I don't need the health. But in this game, PA carry, she tends to play a little passive, and a Wind Ranger mid, and a Lion 4, and a useless piece of shit Pudge 5. Most likely Jenkins on a Smurf because he missed every single hook. So, what I'm getting at here is that if you can have the choice between phase boots or double bracer in this like laning prowess, okay? So I go for the double bracer here, but that's your 2 options, both of which you can try out, and you should not be afraid to do this, right? You can save so much gold on regen by just TPing base and then charging back out. It's beautiful. I usually buy an item when I go back to base. In this case, I finished my bracer. I actually forgot to buy the wand, but I'm a noob, so I have the stick coming out. Notice I had some mana problems, and I charge back to lane. I'm not ready to leave just yet, you know, not just yet. So this is how Spirit Breaker works. I need you to know that any given time that you feel like charging another lane, you can charge another lane. The lane was like in a pretty good spot for me here, and I knew I could still lane, so I'm feeling pretty strong. But Spirit Breaker's similar to Storm, but instead of having a mana pool, he has a health pool, okay? He's really beefy. And what you want to do is you want to use that health pool. See how I'm charging in, I'm trading, forcing them to go on me. I'm super fucking tanky, bro. I got a 1200 HP 5 minutes into the game. We're chilling. We just want to force the opponent to fight us. I guarantee you as a Spirit Breaker, you want to fight them more than they want to fight you. But that's just like, you know, off with charge. See? I get the CS and then I TP out. Force reactions. The whole deal with your charge is to do things that make them scared. See? You scare them. You make them shit their poopy little panties, okay? And what they're going to do is they're going to use spells. And then you leave, because your hero has no cooldowns for the most part. Your ulti's like whatever. In the late game, it's super low cooldown. You know, it's 50 seconds super late game. So you get these 3 CS. Look at this. They're scared as fuck. TP out. See ya, nerds. So now at this point, I've got my boots, double bracer. Now it's time. I see my Wind Ranger level 6. Time to go make a play. This is just opportunistic. If I didn't see another play here, I'm going straight back bottom, guys. All right, I'm going straight back bottom. And I'm going to tank for this guy. Let's dive the tower, baby. Oh, force abilities. That guy leveled ult on SF at level 6. What a noob. He had to do that. Oh, guess what I get to do now? On to the next lane, baby. Run it back. Time to go in the off lane. This is like 10 seconds later. See you later, crit. TI player my ass. Okay, so now we're going to chase this guy too. Why? Because we have a bajillion HP. We can just dive under the tower. We're going to tank a bunch of damage. Then we're going to walk away living with that 1 base strength, baby. I guarantee that base strength saved me. I guarantee last patch I would have died right there. So you TP back to base. Run it back, baby. Usually I go 2-0-2. A lot of times I'll go 2-0-3 if I'm laning, but when I'm active in the game, I like to level bulldoze. So the time that I level bulldoze at the latest is level 8, but here we go again, baby. Time into this lane. We force them to TP mid on the silencer. This Terrorblade's all by his lonesome. He's lonely down here. No friends. We can just run around tanking tower literally forever as we chase him to the ends of the earth because we are a cow, guys. We are a cow. We can do this. So we chase him to the ends of the earth. We're going to fast forward. You can just play like a complete freaking maniac on Spirit Breaker. This guy asked me, well, you know, why didn't you tell me you were going to dive? And I said, I don't freaking know. I pushed Q. That's it. So what you can do on Spirit Breaker to be a little bit efficient is to charge the creep waves. That's the beauty. That's the buff they gave him. His bash does 1.5 damage to creeps. So now your charge is actually a decent farming tool, people. I want you to keep this in mind. It's a pretty decent farming tool. So we're going to show you a little bit of efficiency you can do on Spirit Breaker throughout the course of this game. Little tidbits. You can take these creeps over here. You can pull them to the creep camp. Then you get a little bit of, you know, charge action here. little bit of charge. A little bit of charge action there. The best items for Spear Breaker in terms of neutrals early are probably the ones that give you mana, but none of my team was willing to give me one. The other ones are the movement speed items, okay? So we're going to get ourselves a little bit of farm. Notice how I'm using all my mana to get power spikes, right? Got the tower, killed the creep camp, and now I'm out of mana, and I've got phase boots. Power spike number 2, baby. Let's time to run it back. TP home, and I said, hey, guys, I'm ready to fuck. I hope you're ready to fuck. That's what I said, okay? So remember, as Spear Breaker, every opportunity can just be whatever. You know, you go for it. If nothing happens like you're about to see here, you know, I'm forcing them to react. Big spell usages. Oh, SF walk top. Oh, I'm just going to walk away now, guys, because I've got 1,500 HP at 10 minutes. Just get kill after kill. You know, this is what you're going to do. This is a mortal pup, people. They have to eventually be by themselves. Now, I was an idiot here. Don't do what I did here. I charged crit like a noob under his ward and told him I had vision there, so he dewarded it. Don't do that. That was really bad. Just ignore that. Act like I was doing that for the sake of this video to educate. But now, if you don't really have plays, just sit in front of towers. You're super freaking tanky, all right? Just sit in front of towers. Just the only time you can't sit in front of towers is when they have an insane amount of damage from, like, poke damage, like a Beastmaster with summons, a Lycan with summons. You know, they can wear you down with poke. But if they have commitment spells, like an SF and a Silencer, you're never going to freaking die. Look at this. They can't do shit. So, make sure you're efficient, sitting underneath the tower, dropping my bracers for that wand usage. And, overall, you can set up for your team in a way where you're just tanking. So, from here, we have 2 options that I like to go for. It's either the Echo Saber, which gives you nice mana regen. Yes, I know I talked about not really going for the bash plays, but it's really nice because it follows up your charge with a slow. You're very likely to get a bash because of the double hit, and the mana regen is really nice, and you're obviously a strength hero. So Echo Saber's the build I want to go if I want to be super active. I'm like, guys, we're keeping up the tempo. We're stronger than them, right? So if I had like an Ursa carry, a Slark carry, you know, a Monkey King carry, that's what I would go right now. I'd go Echo Saber, shit on some bitches, baby. But no, I have a PA, going Battle Fury, absolutely chill, no problem with that. I'm not tilted about it at all. I'm dead serious. I'm just saying this guy ain't gonna participate in the game. So what that means is we're playing mode chill, bruh. Mode chill, bruh. So in this case, if I'm playing mode chill, I have 2 options. Midas into Ags or Ags, okay? So that's the 2 options. Notice how I'm totally willing to fight force reactions. Just run at them. Reset the fight. I'll talk about items again in a second. Running around. Look at this. I'm always willing to go again, baby. I'm always willing to go again. I'm considering it. I saddled up. I'm ready to go again. Charge again. Make them use spells. Make them freak the fuck out. And we're chilling. Now, what are we going to do? Oh, time to go again. See, this is the mana issues. You know, if I had gone for the Echo Saber, it might have been a bit better. But I do think, like, being greedy in a game like this, in the sense that I'm still going to be active, but I want to get items eventually because my team's not going to be fighting as much as I would want to. You may say, BSJ, dude, your PA's literally fighting with you. But I started this shit, man. I was the one that said, hey, guys, run at this SF bottom. He doesn't deserve to do this. So notice how in this game, I'm being very active, right? I'm making a lot of space, but I know the game is going to slow down because I have a PA with a Battle Fury. So you're going to notice an immediate shift of chill mode. And this is the part where you decide to go balls to the wall with the Echo Saber or mode chill. If you think it's like a little bit of mode chill, but like not full mode chill, then I would probably go for the Ags, because that means you're buying some stat items, your build-up's a little bit better for that. But notice how I'm always prone to taking the dead lane farm, man. I'm totally down to take the dead lane farm. Why? Because I can charge anywhere on the map at any time. So this is a case where I'm a little bit scared of their burst now because they've gotten more levels and, you know, I can actually die underneath my mid tower. It's a little scary. We don't have ward vision there. And notice how quickly I clear these waves. I'm chilling, man. I dare these guys to gank me. I got 1,600 HP in status res. So yeah, my team, like, you want to be as an offlaner, you want to show up to this kind of shit, but Spear Breaker, he's only good for defending towers if he can actually tank, guys. Notice how top I was able to tank. There, I'm pretty sure with, like, levels in meta, more items on Terrorblade, I'm just going to die. Honestly, I think I'm just going to die. The minus armor from SF, Marcy, and a lot of damage, okay? So I'm just going to keep chilling top, got my Midas, we're going to keep playing the map like this, just waiting for opportunities, making sure, you know, playing a little mode chill. You can use Bulldoze. Make sure you use phase boots while you charge, because then it makes your charge do more damage. So notice how I'm just playing a little pokey up in the choky dokie. So I thought he had a hook. Wasn't quite online at the same time I thought he would. So this play went a little bad, but don't be dismayed, guys. This is okay. You know, you don't have the good charges if you don't go for the bad ones, okay? So, it's okay, though. You know, we got 1 kill. It's whatever. Midas on cooldown. Absolute disaster. Massive Pitus. As we now go back to just chilling. Nope, run it back. Now, remember, most of the time people are going to beat you with Spear Breaker, it's because they used cooldowns. Marcy ulted, Silencer ulted, SF ulted. Now, what's the best option as Spear Breaker most of the time? Run it back, baby. So the best neutral item for me in the second tier is the Quicksilver because it gives you movement speed. The second best would be Fade Grenade just because it gives you 20 movement speed. It also tracks people so you can charge them again. But otherwise, I'll usually take like one of the tanky ones, you know, something like that. So low cooldown Dota, baby. And I'm always willing to TP away to a spot on the map that's passive, unlike most other offlaners, because like I said, baby, you can just charge right back in if it looks good. And this is the way you make sure you get farm. You know, if my team ends up fighting, I'm going to charge back. But notice how in this game I said, let's just chill a bit. Notice how I charged from one camp through to the other with vision. Something will show you some cute little tricks later on in the game that you can utilize. I didn't use it too much this game, but now ignore the fact that I canceled my charge a little bit early there. We're going to back off and die after taking the Aegis. Not the end of the world, actually, as the enemy team has the nerve to still fight when I'm alive. Now, that's the secret here, guys. You know, I'm alive. Time to go again. PA didn't pop BKB. Such is life. You know, people make mistakes. I always play perfectly, but in this case, my death, I blame everyone else but myself, except for the fact that I definitely got myself killed there. So, you're thinking BSJ. Game's a little bit rough. You tried to fight them. What Spear Breaker's weakness is he only really stuns one guy unless he lands like a perfect charge, okay? So team fights, not his specialty. A lot of times you're going to find the enemy team either splitting up and feeding because you're killing them, or they're going to group up, which is the proper play, and it makes it really difficult to fight them. So a lot of your fighting is based on your teammates because your hero sucks in fights. Until later, okay? Until later. BSJ, how do we counter Spear Breaker? Well, generally it's lineups that group up early and push, like Beastmaster Luna lineups, you know, stuff like Drow, stuff that just groups up and shoves down lanes. Those are the heroes that counter you. Also like the illusion heroes that don't have to show themselves in lane. But if you watch this entire game, the enemy just doesn't show in lane ever. They're just not showing. And notice how, back to the dead lane, taking the dangerous farm, playing away from my team. You know, you're playing like a Nature's Prophet, just playing away from your team. Imagine if Nature's Prophet had 3 times as much HP, but instead of TPing to the fight, he charged at 800 move speed, okay? Like, that's the alternative you give away. So the Ags is really nice. Let's talk about the Ags just a little bit, okay? It gives you 7-second cooldown on charge, makes the cast point way lower, and then you can also charge people that are BKB'd. So it's a farming tool, it gives you stats, and it's good for fights because it goes through BKB now. So it's either Echo Saber, Shadow Blade, BKB, or Ags, okay? You're eventually going to have a BKB, a Shadow Blade, and an Ags every single game. The only thing you might skip is Echo Saber, and you might replace it with a Midas, guys, okay? At some point in your inventory, you will have a Shadow Blade, an Ags, and a BKB. All right? You will have it. So notice how we're totally fine to, you know, just charge in, see what happens, play around our bulldoze. We're gonna, you know, slow down these fights a little bit, okay? So when we get into the later fights, we'll talk more about how Spear Breaker approaches these fights. But notice how every time we kill somebody, I'm gonna go clear some waves for my team. That's what it's all about. Spear Breaker, he murders those waves. You know, I messed this up because I used my bulldoze. Now I don't have mana to TP home. But look at this. Spam all your mana for charge. Maybe buy some clarities here and there. And just run it back after TP and base. You have no problem, like any other hero in the Dota game, to TP away from your team. You have no problems. Now, you do have to be careful of this, guys. If you're going to charge, you're going to charge through creep camps sometimes. And it's going to drop neutral items. Okay? And you got to be wary of this. Sometimes you can send your courier to go pick them up. But in this case, I went and picked it up because I wanted those spider legs real bad, all right? Spider legs definitely the best tier 3 item because Spear Breaker is all about weaving in and out. So notice how I do this little thing where I drag the creep camps into each other, charge them both. That's great. and just playing constantly away from my team. The thing is, nobody wants to gank you because you have 70% status res. Every time I charge a creep wave, I use phase boots and I use bulldoze. It's really important to use bulldoze when you charge, because if you charge the creep waves, that's most likely when they're going to kill you, okay? Because they're going to like be set up on you. If they're going to gank you, that's when. I usually kill the creep wave with bulldoze on and then get out of vision by the time it's done. So we're just chilling, mode chill, doing this over and over. You're either fighting them and murdering them or playing like this, okay? So we broke their smoke. Beautiful. The BKB is literally so that you don't get countered by Yules, okay? Because Spearbreaker, his bulldoze is dispellable. So you're dealing with Yule Scepters, any other way to purge you, and you just don't want that to happen. So notice how, meta forced, run away, baby. See you later, nerds. That's exactly how Spearbreaker wants to play. Run in, force havoc. Either it's going to be good because you start the fight with a pickoff, maybe your Wind Ranger or Pudge lands an ability, but in this case, the Terrorblade popped meta, and now we're chilling. We don't care if they get Roche or anything like that. They've used big cooldowns. We're the ones that are going to be raid bosses. Reset the map, ready to go again, baby. Look at this. They never want to gank you. I've got a bajillion move speed. I'm starting to charge at 1,600 move speed on that charge. One-shotting creep waves at this point. The threshold usually for one-shotting creep waves is a movement speed neutral, phase boots, bulldoze, and a windlace if you don't have the movement speed neutral. So I took the BKB over the Shadow Blade because I was more concerned about fighting them. They weren't really ganking me, right? Notice how they're ganking me. Oh, nice freaking spells, guys. Those lasted a nice quarter second with your disables. And now I'm going to cancel the Rubik's TP to this fight like a god. So the whole thing about Spearbreaker is that he makes people go on him like this because he's clearing creep waves the entire game. People are like, man, this shit's fucking annoying. I don't want this guy to do this anymore. Crit's like, man, I'm a TI player, and I know creep waves are really important. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. And then you're like, oh, status resistance, pop BKB so he doesn't Yules me and shit. And now the enemy team's separated, which means it's go time. So if you can get the TP cancel in like a boss, that's even better. Here you go. You guys see this? Cancel this TP right there. And now Terrorblade dead to my team of the smoke. Now the beauty of the Ags, you reset the fight, charge back in on the guy that's BKB'd. Look at this. In and out. Spider legs are the best because you can like climb over cliffs and stuff without charge. And then you're like, okay, I used all my HP. Time to TP home and charge back in, baby. So yeah, my team's going to win the fight. No thanks to me. I mean, I did literally everything. It's fine. But that's exactly how you want to play Spearbreaker. It's in, out, poke, prod, force spells, bulldoze, run away, run back in. And all this time, you're farming all the creep waves. I've got 255 CS at 34 minutes. I'm almost the same net worth as Terrorblade at the end of this game. And look, you win the fight, charge to the opposite side of the map, scout some runes, get some neutral camps. Look at this. It's so beautiful. You don't even have to be with your team because you do literally no tower damage. You just charge all the creep waves. Look at the map is always good for you because the opponent is absolutely terrified to ever farm the creep waves because you'll kill them. Your worst enemy is a Lincoln Sphere. You know, you can't charge people who have Lincoln Spheres. That's the saddest part. It does break Lincoln Sphere from across the map, though, so if your team's ganking them, that's great. But here we are, clearing the creep waves, resetting, joining our team. Notice how it's either mana or just positioning on the map. We make sure we reset, join our team if needed, and now our team's like chilling. We're backing off. Gonna go charge top now. This is awesome. Now, the enemy team, imagine they see this 1,600 move speed guy charging around the map. And the beauty of it is with the Shadow Blade, unless they have a ward and a sentry, then they can't see you. Okay? And that's why the Shadow Blade is so important. There's so many reasons why it's important. Yes, the attack speed's okay because you want to attack faster with your bash. But the beauty is it gives you movement speed, which makes your bulldoze charge combo do more damage. But it also makes it so they can't see you coming most of the time. And notice what you can do if you want to be even more efficient. If you ever need an escape path and you want to make sure in a situation where you're going pretty deep into the enemy side of the map or something, you can use your courier to scout jungle camps. How nifty. That's so cool. As you see me doing it again here, I can just charge from camp to camp, being a little efficient, trying to finish up my next item. Look at that. Playing away from my team at all times. Man, that feels real good. Gonna TP home after using all my mana once again. This literally is a Boots of Travel hero that doesn't have the Boots of Travel, okay? So in terms of talents, I usually take the Night Vision, but this game they had 3 physical damage cores and an SF who has minus armor. And notice what we do here, okay? So I took the armor. But in terms of talents, let's interrupt for a second. I usually take the night vision, but if I need the armor, I'll take it. I always take the bulldoze cooldown because the downtime goes from 8 seconds to 4. I always take the charge of darkness movement speed because you're not hitting people. You're bashing them with your charge, which makes it do more damage, and you travel around the map faster, and you're now guaranteed to one-shot creep waves. And then at level 25, I just ask myself if I need damage or if I need HP. That's really it. The greater bash damage is way better if you don't need the health, but honestly, 800 health is a shit ton. So if you're scared of getting bursted and you think that 800 HP is going to make the difference, I'm not afraid to take it. So when we TP home, we're going to look for somebody to charge. So a support's going to manage to show himself on the map for literally half a second here. Wait for it. Oh, Rubik's on the map for literally half a second. Get him, guys. Get him. And they're smoked. So watch the Shadow Blade in action here as it's coming off cooldown. This is the beauty. Shadow Blade, break the smoke, run away. See ya, nerds. Oh, they don't know where I am. Oh, I'm stunned. Oh, BKB, they don't know what to do. They're like, this cow just charged into us, and he's like, see ya, nerds. And you say, BSJ, that looked like you wasted a BKB. We're pushing bottom. Top lane's pushed in, and they're sitting as 5, holding their mommies with their little baby dolls. Because why? Because they're terrified, man. They don't want to see this 1700 movement speed cow charge them. Look how terrified they are. They're constantly scared. I see them bottom. I'm feeling good. Oh, that guy's got a gym. Chill out a little bit. Chill out a little bit. No BKB. Our BKB is pretty much a get-out-of-jail-free card. That's what we're using it for. We're going to go back to chilling for a little bit, okay? So now, if this doesn't look fun to you, I don't know what looks fun, all right? If I'm looking at the net worths, I have an offlaner that's the 3rd highest net worth in the game, and he's just getting ganked, BKBing, and then charging to farm. I feel like if you saw my heat map, we'd be doing this. This is literally the heat map on the map. If you see where I've gone this in game, this is the heat map, people. This is the freaking heat map. Okay, back to my hero. So, what happened here, we're actually doing some big things. We're doing big things here. We were just in the triangle, you know, farming, in the triangle, chilling. And we see a guy top. So, let's get there in about 3 seconds. See ya, nerd. And he's dead. Now walk away with bulldoze. Beautiful. We used all of our health and mana. TP home. Give him the keep it PMA, keep it BSJ. Make sure you spam the voice line. Very important to the tilt factor. And we're going to charge right back in, baby. Force the buyback. They're on the defensive. Oh, just poke and prod. Charge. Reset. Ready to charge again. Just chill. Don't have to charge. Okay. Fight's over. Go farm the opposite side of the map. Takes about 4 seconds. Oh, you can use your courier to go pick up the item like I do here, like I said earlier. Okay, we're going to go and farm the bottom half of the map here. Silver Edge is nice. Gives extra 5% movement speed. Also adds to your burst damage with that Silver Edge hit if you want to use it. And now all the lanes look really good for us again. They're constantly running around as 5. Notice how we have a massive net worth lead here, even though the kill score is about even, because we're just out farming them because they're constantly sitting as 5. This guy made the crucial error of showing on a creep wave. See ya, buddy. He showed on a creep wave, guys. And that guy also showed in vision. I know I have a PA, but I mean, let's just let's see how much damage that charge did, all right? Let's just see, you know, let's slow-mo it down here. Oh, yeah, that's good shit right there. Okay, and in this case, Terrorblade has a Lincoln, so you try to use your abilities on the people that don't. You can charge through the guy who has a Lincoln's if you want. But then we just BKB, disengage, you know, we're chilling. We're going to charge back top because we want to go back to base because we used all our health and mana, so we're going to charge the opposite side of the map. We're actually going to go for another creep wave here. Notice how we're just farming literally the entire game, but yet we're also a part of 19 out of 28 kills. That's pretty good. As we're going to charge top, clear all the waves for our team. They can do whatever they want in the game. We're going to TP home to get mana. And this time we're realizing we need boots of travel. Why? Because we've been TPing back to base a lot. So not every game are you going to be able to farm this much, but if I find myself having to farm a lot and TP back to base a lot, eventually I'm going to buy boots of travel. I actually should have kept the phase boots now that I look at it. Kept the phase boots, so the phase active, and then sold the wand. I think that would have been the better play. And here, I'm thinking all I need in terms of an item is 2 considerations. One, I might need to break Lincolns, but in this game, I have a Lion as well as a PA, so I have really convenient ways to break the Lincolns. So my next item would either be like Halberd or Orchid, something like that would break a Lincolns. If I don't need a Lincoln's breaker because of, like I said, we have so many ways to break it, I want to go an item that allows me to live long enough after I've charged to leave the fight again and then join the fight again. That's all I want to do. So I'm going to buy some item that keeps me alive because I promise you guys, your hero does a metric shit ton of damage as we charge through. About to kill the supports, but we just back off. The silencer does die. We're just chaos, man. We're just chaos incarnate. That is all we are. Notice how in, out, just like I did to your mom, baby. Yeah. Now we're going to TP home. Oh, we lost 2 heroes. Didn't actually look that good, even though we picked off the silencer, forced a buyback, but they don't have ultis now. They don't have ultis. We can look to fight, okay? We can look to fight. Oh, nope, they're there. Okay, we're chilling. Now look at the lanes, though. Every time they win a fight, there's nothing for them to do. Why is there nothing for them to do? Because they don't have good lanes, because we have literally been farming all 3 creep waves the entire game. Okay? We have literally been making them chase us around the map to farm creep waves. Spear Breaker has 2 options. The enemy team splits up and dies, or you force them to split up and die. Alright? So that's what we're doing in this case. We're making the good players who think they're playing around Spear Breaker properly. Nice kill on my PA, guys. Way to force buyback with all the creep waves you have pushed into my racks, okay? Really nice. So we TP home. We're going to buy ourselves, I believe, a gem here because they have a couple Invis heroes, Silver Edge on Terrorblade. That's really important. Spear Breaker, an amazing gem carrier. Let's see what happens here. And see you later, supports. As he's going to go down. And look at what we do here. You know, we just reset the fight. Reset. We got charge again. Go again, baby. Get in there. Yeah. Reset the fight. Back off. Spider legs are perfect for this hero. If you ever get them, they're the best. And now, oh, they can't kill us because their support with Jim died. Now we're going to run in, effectively stun the enemy team for a bajillion seconds throughout the course of this fight. Force them to turn and fight because you're a spear breaker and they can't run away. Up, here we go again. Charge it up. Look at the disables. We're not doing any damage in this game because we have PA Wind Ranger, all right? We're all about the disables. Charge, line it up, get both of them. Easy frickin' kills. Now, that's going to be it for this game. The game does proceed to end approximately right around here, but I hope I've sold you guys. I hope this looks fun. Think about this. It can be any late game items that keep you alive. It can be Heart of Tarask. I've tried. You can go really anything that keeps you alive. Lincoln Sphere if you're against like a Bloodseeker. That's the play. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. That was fun.